Hi, Amy Pittman here with Pittman Law Office. And today we're talking about what is enough when it comes to estate planning. A lot of people think that just having a will or maybe just having a trust is enough. And in addition to that, they think, oh, well, I did it 10 years ago. I don't really need to look at it again. And that's not correct. Estate planning is going to be including, how you identify your beneficiaries on your retirement accounts, your life insurance. Who are you naming as your power of attorney agent? Who's going to be handling your finances and your day-to-day decisions if you become incapacitated? Again, that's through your power of attorney, and you want to make sure that the person you're naming in that position is capable. So don't just put it away and assume that it's going to be good 10, 15 years later. And also making sure that you have the right people named for your health care. The last will and testament is only going to come into play when you pass away and if there's an asset in your name alone. So there's a lot of planning that can be done to make sure that you have beneficiaries on your accounts. The more assets that go through the probate process, which is your will, the more it's going to cost and the longer it's going to take. So if we have a client doing a will-based plan, we're going to recommend that they name beneficiaries. That means that's something they have to do with their financial institution. They're going into the bank and saying, hey, I want to name my 2 kids as beneficiaries. That's pay on death, or they're telling their broker to name beneficiaries on their brokerage account. That's transfer on death. So you have to make sure that those accounts have beneficiaries. So just doing the document, just signing a will is not going to be enough to make sure that your estate plan is going to be the clean, efficient way of getting assets to your beneficiaries when you die. And that's why we always recommend that you hire estate planning attorneys. Doing it yourself online is not necessarily going to cover all of the ins and outs of making sure that that plan works. But also having an estate planning attorney has a relationship. So when you have issues or questions concerning your beneficiaries or your type of assets and how those assets should go, that's what we are here for. We're not just doing documents. So again, a last will and testament is not enough. You need to consider what happens if you become incapacitated. So having the power of attorney and the healthcare surrogate. But also if you have a trust, it's just doing the trust. The document itself is not enough. You need to fund your trust, meaning you need to connect your assets to the trust. How are your accounts titled? Are they in the name of the trust, or is the trust the beneficiary? So it can make sure that you're revisiting your estate plan often. And obviously, if you're a client at Pittman Law, you can always schedule a phone call with the attorney so that we can, review your estate plan with you. We really hope that helps, and we know that's estate planning the pink way.